You're watching Tech Talk in affiliation with Tech for Techs. We're a community that supports independent trade with the help of vendors and distributors. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. London time, and we'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, TuneIn, and many more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, and your host, Philip Griffiths.
Hello everyone and welcome to the special show. This is Tech for Tech Tech Talk. In this show we're going to talk about Tech Max. This is a live show where we discuss different ways to help your IT business grow. Today we've got in the studio, we've got Jenny and we've also got Cormac, who I believe has got a new microphone. So first of all, I'm just going to get Jenny to introduce herself to let everyone know who she is, and then we'll move on to Cormac. So Jenny, if you just want to let everyone know who exactly you are and how you're doing today.
Hi there, I'm Jenny. I'm the owner of Tech for Techs, and I'm the lady with all the news and information tonight, it seems. If you want to join Tech for Techs, sign up, and I'm the one that processes your application, but please make sure that you sign up and answer your questions and everything that we ask you. As far as how my day has been going, I've been on pins and needles about this podcast all day long. I've been actually just ready to roll all day long, waiting for it.
That's only because I said you couldn't have a translator for Cormac. Right, okay, so next up we got Cormac. If you want to introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are and basically what you do and how your day is.
I'm Cormac from Crosshaven Computers, and my special task tonight is to interrogate these two people about Tech for Tech. What do I do? I'm your point of contact in Ireland. If any of the English people want to make money, get on to us Irish there. I can be a point of contact. That's what we do. Besides that, I'm looking forward to this interview. I'm going to ask the questions that no one dared to think of or thought of. So, please, by the way, the questions I'm going to ask, very helpful if you throw in a couple of questions, the audience, people, Richard, Tim, stuff. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make it quick fire round. We're going to find everything out that we need to know about Tech Max, because I'm booking my ticket and I'm going over.
There we go. I don't know if that's a good thing is coming over or not, but definitely if you've got any questions for us, feel free to ask in the comments section, as he's just said. If you are in the Tech for Tech's Facebook group, make sure you go to chat.restream.io/FB. I'm going to put it in chat now so you can actually read it. That way, everyone will know, obviously, your name once you've clicked on there. Otherwise, you're going to come up as Facebook user or something along that line. So first of all, let's say hi to Richard. Hi, Richard, Timothy, and Timothy from TKM, PM, and IT. We've got Alison Cook from EADR as well, all the way from Norfolk as well. So how you doing, guys? Right, let's have a look what we got today. So, right, I suppose I better introduce myself. I'm Phil Griffiths. I own Chips Computers, and I'm also the influencer here. So I am a tech just like you guys. And we also, or should I say, me and Jen run Tech for Techs. So obviously, it's a group of techs run by techs, believe it or not, hence the name. So, right, let's go through with basically what tonight's about. So tonight's basically the night we announce who is coming to the Tech for Techs show, so which is going to be called Tech Max, believe it or not. Right, so we're going to go through that, tell you what it's all about. You can feel free to ask any questions you want. If you want to ask a question about why a certain person's not going or is going, or you want to know how much it's going to cost you, or where hotels are, or anything along that lines, feel free to ask. Just chuck them in, basically. And I'll just say hi to Paul as well. And you've also... got someone asking what I've had for breakfast this morning. What did I have this morning? Weetabix, I think it was. So there you go. You've seen the adverts about the Weetabix, the little girl pulling all the ships out of the ocean and some of those. I'm not saying that I'm a little girl or anything, but right. Okay,
then.
yes. Let's go on to the main subject. So TechMax is a trade event put on by Tech for Techs for its members, whether they be a repair person, MSP, a retail store, you're a repairer, you work from home, you work in a store. It doesn't really matter if you're a vendor or a distributor. Everyone is welcome. There will be vendors and distributors as well as presentations by various people and techs, as well as sessions of tech talk, or should I say, a session of tech talk near the end of the day with a large competition. And when I say a large competition, we're asking every vendor and distributor who's going to the event to donate prizes. So there's going to be a lot to give away. Well, as long as they remember to bring it all, let's put it that way. Right. Okay. So the show is organized by myself and Jenny, who you can see here. We've both we have both been to a large number of trade shows over the years. So we tend to know what most people want and don't want. I know a lot of us don't want to sit in front of basically someone talking for 2 hours about how the market's going up by 1% and down by 2%, and what we don't want any of that rubbish. We want to know the facts and basically how to improve our business. And these little graphs don't really help. So we also own a computer store, as I said at the beginning of the show. So this event is being run by people like yourself. So we're techs just like you are. We run our own store. We know what a day-to-day is like. So we know you have your highs, you have your lows, and then you have your idiots who come in the store, and then you have the good customers who like to spend a lot of money. So we know exactly what it's like for you, and we know what sort of things you'd like to see. What makes this show different is basically it's not like other shows. Nothing against the other shows, they're all good, but most shows are usually ran by a specific vendor or distributor, which means that all they want you really to do is turn up and basically buy more goods from them. And that's the basics of it. They want you to buy more. Well, this show is going to be slightly different because it's not being run by a vendor or distributor. It is run by us. And what's going to happen is you're going to have multiple distributors, multiple vendors there, and they are actually going to be competing against each other to get your custom. So they'll hopefully be offering you better deals, point of sales material, better support. You'll be able to pick the exact vendor you actually want to work with. So hopefully that should be pretty good for you. The event itself is going to be at Bramall Lane in Sheffield on the 24th of June. That's next year, 2022. If you're unaware, this is the Sheffield United Football Stadium, so it's quite a big stadium in Sheffield. We won't mention much about the other side of Sheffield either, if you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan, unfortunately. But we are going to be at Bramall Lane, unfortunately, this year. So it's got around 400 meters square of presentation rooms, so that's quite a large amount of space and conference area. And it's got a separate room for what we're going to use for meals, snacks, drinks, breakouts, and private talks and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to have a special word with one of the vendors or whatever, you may go in that room and use it and, I don't know, barker some deals and so forth. So let's have a look. Well, we can't say exactly what will be on show, as in specific items, because we've still got, 11 months till the show is actually going to be on. But obviously, a lot of things happen in 11 months. There's new products and so forth. But the show is going to be just after CES, which means a good thing is that there's going to be lots of new products about. So that we're going to hopefully bringing them from Taiwan and so forth over just after CES, and hopefully you'll get to see a lot of the new products before anyone else. But you will have your usual stuff: cases, security, storage drives, new and refurbished hardware, networking, peripherals, mobile phone tech as well, and even data recovery experts and diagnostic programs, along with a good number of distributors as well. The event is sponsored by Aerocool in association with... Oh, that one again. They're not going to be happy with me there, are they? So the event is sponsored by Aerocool, as you can see on the screen there, in association with CMS Distribution. So basically, what they're going to be doing is basically paying for all your teas, your coffee, your lunch, as well as hiring the venue itself. So thanks to the guys for sponsoring from AeroCool in association with CMS Distribution, because that really does help us out. And if you don't know AeroCool, basically they're one of the market leaders in PC gaming, and it's also their 20th birthday this year. They offer performance products ranging from gaming cases, water cooling, power supplies, fans, and gaming furniture. And their motto is save money, build better. So if you're into building, I definitely suggest you take a look at some AeroCool products, which you can get at CMS Distribution. CMS Distribution, if you're unaware who they are, they're a global technology distributor that goes beyond. With over 30 years of experience, we connect people to technology products with value-added services that help your business grow. So basically, if you wanted more information about these guys, once the website goes live directly after this show, there's more information about them there. But please do check them out, because they have helped us with the upcoming TechMax show a lot. They were literally on the phone 30 seconds after we sent out the email announcing it, saying how could they basically work with Tech for Techs and how could they help everyone out. Literally, and I do mean it, 30 seconds. I was basically pressed the send button and we got them calling us like within a few seconds. It was like, what, already? So yeah,
and
so they really
the
want to
planning
help.
along the way as well, helping us to plan things, give us ideas, things like that. They've been ever so helpful to do that for us, and they're sort of like holding our hand with this, because we've never planned an event before like this. The last thing that I planned of any size was a wedding, and this is a wee bit different from a wedding. But yeah, JP and Hits at CMS, they have been really, really good to us with helping us focus on what needs to be done and getting help with that. And I so appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm going to say the guys have done pretty good for us. We've also got the evening meal as well. This will be separate to the main day, so you'll have to order separate tickets for that. Don't worry, we'll talk about tickets in a few seconds. It will be more of a networking banquet style meal. So basically, there will be around the same amount of techs and vendors in the same room together. So it'll be a split of about 50-50. So that means you'll be able to interact with all these vendors and distributors with ease. So it'll be basically a one-on-one near enough. Obviously, you'll be able to move around in the evening, which is pretty good. But there will be a limited number of tickets for this. So if you are interested in going to the evening event, then I would suggest you book the tickets as soon as possible. I have a feeling they'll be going in less than a week, so if not sooner. So just bear that in mind. So if you are interested in the evening, make sure you get the tickets booked. And again, the tickets will be going live directly after this show. I've got the button right next to me to basically publish the update to the website so you can access it. So you'll be able to access that in a bit. The evening banquet meal is going to be sponsored by Tender. So I don't know if you've come across Tender before, but if not, Tender supply affordable but amazing networking products like the Tender Nova mesh-based systems. Because of these mesh-based systems, we've been able to set up vast home and office networks with ease and a lot less time than it would normally do. We've also got free drinks in the evening as well, which will make a lot of you happy as well. So anyone attending the evening meal will get free drinks as well. And the drinks are going to be sponsored by NZXT. So they're the ones who are paying for all the drinks. So if you see a rep from NZXT around, just say thank you very much, because obviously they're the ones buying all your and obviously I think most people here will probably say the beer is more important than the meal, but I'll let you fight over that. But if you don't know who NZXT is, they basically do cases and pretty much most things in a computer these days.
Water cooling.
Everything, so water cooling and everything like that. And I think in short, their purpose is to serve the PC gaming community is their motto. Right, so nearly down to the list, and then we'll go to the Q&A. So a lot of you are going to be asking, how much is this going to cost me? Okay, so if I'd say £100, you'd probably say, yeah, it's expensive. If I say 50 quid, you'd probably say, not too bad. The tenner, you'd go, that's a bargain. While I'm actually telling you it's a quid. So I'm going to sound a bit like Del Boy here. It's just £1, okay? So if you want to attend, it's just going to cost you £1. The reason why it's £1 rather than free is basically because it allows us to make sure that you actually want to come. So if you're actually spending money, paying money to put your name down, it stops the people who are just going to go and click on there and say, yeah, I want a ticket, and then never show up. So it basically sort of guarantees your place there. And if you want to attend the evening, it works out at £2. So that's £2 total for the day and the evening. So, and that the tickets are available on the website. I'll run you through those in a few minutes.
Also, if you buy a ticket for the evening, you don't have to buy a separate ticket for the day. But if you buy a day ticket only, you won't be at the evening meal. So if you want to be there all day for the evening meal, you need the evening ticket.
There we go. Yeah, so that's true. So if you're going in the evening, you don't need to get a daytime. And if you're a vendor and distributor and has got a table, you don't need to buy tickets either. The vendors and distributors have purchased a table to show off their wares and stuff like that. They don't have to buy a ticket either, but they are limited to a specific number depending on the tables you buy. But anyway, so let's go on to who's actually there. So you're probably wondering what distributors and vendors are actually going to show up. So, well, we've got quite a few. At the moment, we can't say every single one. Some are still in talks. You know what these big businesses are like. It can take a long time to agree on something. It has to go through the finance department, the marketing department, the directors, and everyone else. Or we have an NDA with them for a specific reason why they don't want to be known to be coming just yet. But as more people come available, or let's say finish the agreement and sign up and so forth, we'll let you know. But there are people like the distributors who will be coming. They will be bringing multiple brands with them as well, and those are to be decided. So when we say a distributor, you can guarantee they're going to bring at least 3 or 4 different brands with them as well. Right, we'll get back to chat in a few minutes with you guys, but I'm just going to go through the list of people now. So first of all is our main sponsors, which is AeroCool, which obviously do the cases, power supplies, and cooling. They also do like gaming chairs and stuff like that. We've got CMS Distribution, which are distributors of AeroCool. People like Team, Asus or Asus, depending on how you want to pronounce them, Cooler Master, NZXT, Iyama, and many more. We've also got Lexar coming, who do RAM, solid-state drive, flash products. NZXT, which do, again, cases, cooling, components, and peripherals. You've also got, this is a popular one for the group, is East Anglian Data Recovery, also known as EADR. Many of you probably already know Alison Cook from EADR, so if you want to say hi to Alison, she will be there. I think her hubby might be there as well, so you'll be able to say hi to him. But where the name obviously says data recovery, that's what they do. So if you want to speak to someone about data recovery, doing your data recovery needs and stuff like that, they're the people to talk to. We've also got Cherry going, so Cherry keyboards and mice. Most kids have heard of Cherry these days. They generally want a Cherry switch in their keyboard. Well, these are the guys you'll be talking to. This is Cherry. They make their own keyboards as well and peripherals. We've got Tender, who do networking, and they're also sponsoring the evening meal as well. We've got Spire Technology, they're a distributor as well. They do A-Data, Arctic, Be Quiet, Corsa, and that's just to name a few. We've also got Bullguard Security as well. I know a lot of you are Bullguard customers. They are due to turn up as well. We've got Autiel. They do memory and solid-state drive products, and they're based in the UK, so they're sort of a vendor and distributor in one. We've done previous shows with them in the past. We've also got Coaxia, or however you want to pronounce it. I always get it wrong, but it's basically Toshiba memory and SSD department after it got spun off from Toshiba. So it's basically the new name for Toshiba memory, RAM, SSDs, and so forth. We've also got Tech Buyer, who deal with refurbished items. We've got Loop, which is a sort of a new one on me, but we've basically got an upcoming product review with them, which is basically a fully customizable all-in-one computer. So you can basically buy the bare bones kit from the distributor and then put in whatever NUC you want in there, NUC in there, which includes whatever processor you want, right, so forth, and you can put your own SSDs in and stuff like that. So it's a fully customizable all-in-one, which you can basically sell and rebrand as your own. We've also got Eurosoft. So they're known for PC Check. You've probably seen them around if you're in the Tech for Techs group quite a bit. So if you're looking for diagnostic software, definitely one to look into. We've got Surefire Gaming, and when I say Surefire, it's not the American gun brand, what sells lots of gun peripherals. This is actually a gaming brand which has recently come out. It's actually owned by Verbatim, or
That could be a game, though.
Yeah, interesting. We've also got Replace Base coming as well, so it's an idle place to get spare parts for all your tech, phones, tablets, all your different bits like that. Acasa as well. So Acasa do fans, peripherals, adapters, lots of RGB stuff. Pretty good guys at Acasa. We've known them for quite a while. I think near enough all the way from before Tech for Techs, I think, weren't it? Or just at the beginning, I think.
Oh, gosh. We had just opened the store when I got up with Acasa.
Yeah, so quite a while into. So we've also got ALM Wholesale. Most of you will know those from Sam, who's in the group. Basically, ALM Wholesale sell refurbished tech, and we're actually one of the first Tech for Tech members, as well as first sponsors of the actual group. And last but not least, we've got MZSoft, which is also a security software company, what includes an interesting white label option as well. And if anyone wants to promote it or wants more information about them, ask Cormac, because he's a big fan, apparently. So they'll be there. So don't get me wrong, there's a big list there. There's about 20 of them have gone through, but there will be more. Just can't name them all for specific reasons, mainly because they have got to finish off the paperwork or have meetings and all this, that, and the other. But there's generally a lot more going to be there.
There are some names I'm just dying to say them, and I can't. But trust me, it's going to be a hell of a good show. You don't want to miss it. You really don't. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose by coming. It is the long and the short of it.
And bear in mind, all these people have signed up in 3 weeks since we announced it.
Yes.
So we've got all these people interested in just 3 weeks. We're not even having to go around and call people and say, hey, do you want to come? We're just basically going and getting calls and going, yeah, sure, why not? Right, let's move on to Cormac then. So Cormac, I think you've got some questions. I'm guessing chat will have some questions for us. I can already see one from David, but I'll let you go for them.
Right, now this is that all sounds very interesting, because I never went to a trade show before. I never went to a full trade, especially a tech show like this. So that's very interesting. And you said Alison's coming. That's great. Is Sheffield far from Norfolk? That's where she lives, isn't it?
It's a good piece.
Probably 2.5 hours, I'm guessing.
And like in the picture she posts in the morning when she's out on her cycles, I want to see that. I'm going to post a picture some morning earlier than her. That's my ambition in life, you know. No, this is great, and actually you gave a great explanation of it, because, like, the most important question here is that I'm flying over from Ireland, and there's going to be a cost for me, and automatically when you were talking there, I was like, yeah, I can make money off this, you know. I can, meeting suppliers, meeting people face to face, and do not deal face to face, and meeting and seeing, especially that PC checker. I actually want to see that. I've been always wanting to buy it, but I just can't be convinced. But maybe seeing it in person will be good. So it's certainly a good idea for the vendors coming, you know. I just have a few questions here, and sorry, I'm kind of going off center with my new camera. First of all, how many attendees are expected to attend like this, you know?
Right, okay, that's no problem. Do you want to answer that one, Jen, or do you want me to take it?
What was the question again? Sorry.
How many people are going to be at this? How many attendees? Not like how many Cormac's and people like me are going to be?
I would say anywhere from 250 to 500 people.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
There
That's
could
amazing.
be more.
Now, I'll tell you something now. We're going to ask a question which I will be on a lot of people's minds because of what's going on in this world. And what happens if, for whatever reason, to mention that dirty, horrible word, COVID strikes or something, you're just going to postpone it, or we just come in hazard suits. Mine will be branded.
We're going to postpone it. We're not going to cancel it. It will happen. Come hell or high water, do or die, we're going to have it. It's just going to be, postponed to a later date. That's the way we're going to work it.
That's it. And David brought up am I this good looking in person? I am, David, but it brings up a very important question. See, my segue into next question. Jesus, I'm getting good at this podcasting thing. The segue into the question where it came from good looking. Are you waiting for it? It should be faster. All jokes aside, what are we wearing to this event? As in, to me, seriously, what I was thinking of wearing was basically this. I was going to wear my own shirt, and I was going to bring a person who works with me, and she probably, I was going to come dressed as a walking advertisement for myself. But I don't know. Do you have ideas? Is it dress code? Is it black tie in the evening?
Basically, what you've got on, what Phil has on, what I have on, nice, smart looking clothes. It's fine to have a logo or something on your shirt like you do. Just basic, clean clothes that you wouldn't be ashamed to be seen at work with.
And here's a question anyway as well about Sheffield. I know about Sheffield. They made knives and forks, don't they? So I'll have to obviously visit the knife and fork machine museum. It's going to be brilliant. And the question I had about that is, for accommodation or stuff, are you going to try to strike any deals with any hotels, or will we just go out and about and sort out Airbnbs, or is that something on the horizon? I'll probably start trying to book soon.
There is one that they are refurbishing right now, and it's the one that the stadium is in cahoots with. They have the Hilton is running it right now. So they're refurbishing it. And by the end of the year, it's supposed to be refurbished and everything. And when that gets done, I'm going to call them up and see about getting us some discounts there.
I never booked a penthouse suite because I think it suits the character. I mean, Alison's a funny girl there with no chicken outfits. Now, the other question I have is, hang on a second. This is all too good to be true. You're selling tickets for €1, £2. What's going on?
Right.
Am I landing? Is there going to be a big bunch of English people and they're just going to mug the Irish guy who got off the plane, and I missed my camera mark again? Sorry about that.
Let me get that one.
Why are you selling tickets so cheap?
Right. Okay, let me get that one. First of all, relating to the hotel question as well, on the website, there will be a list of hotels on there. So you'll be able to find all the hotels in the local area. There's basically hotels all the way from travel lodges, Premier Inns, Abysses, all the way up to like your 4 stars and so forth. There's plenty of hotels in the area, depending on your budget and needs and so forth. And generally, the one what's going to be opposite the stadium is basically over the road, which we're waiting until the end of December. I think it's not currently called the Cupthorne or something like that, but it's going to be potentially renamed in December. So I can't say the exact name it'll be then. But all the rest are mostly within walking distance or within like a mile sort of thing. So there's plenty there. And there's also plenty.
So I would land in Sheffield. I would get the subway of Sheffield, because I imagine there's a massive subway or tram system. Tram. Imagine everyone just standing there eating straw and stuff. That's what I imagine.
They've got trams, they've got Uber or whatever you want to call it as well, taxis. So you've got plenty of different things. Buses,
right. Actually, I'm going to get to a couple of serious questions here now. It's summertime. It's June what? 26th or something, isn't it?
It's June 24th.
June 24th. All right. Seriously, June 24th. Some people are going to have questions like, if I don't have children, but if the question we have down here, if my son or daughter who loves text wanted to come to the event, would that be okay?
Well, we're really punting more for the group members and the adults, because we're going to have, if I know the techs in the group, which I've seen you usually at Target open days and such like that, this is a hoot to be around. And there's going to be some adult situations, I guarantee it. So if it won't be for the faint of hearted, I'm going to tell you, we know how to party. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone under 12 years old, and that's really pushing it. You know how kids get really tired and everything, and then they get whiny and all that.
Or if they need it, we'll say they could bring them to a day event.
Yeah.
And have some. Well, no, I'm just asking just in case, because people could book this in as a family trip. Yes. You know, and tech is cool. But I see your point of view on that.
I wouldn't recommend the night event for the kids. Let's put it like that.
What goes on at night stays at night. That's the thing, and it's probably better. No, that's a good answer. Then again, that probably leads to the next one. Is the event for trade only? So it's not for the general public, is it?
Yeah, the event is aimed at basically distributors, vendors, resellers, people like us who should be watching the show today. So if you're an MSP, you're a home tech or bedroom tech, if you want to be called that, you do a call-out service, as long as you're in the tech basic trade.
Anyone, who can qualify for group. Now, the question
I want to take Richard's question that he's just put up here. There is no fee for parking at the stadium where we have this. So if you want to park there, it is absolutely free, and they have like a ridiculous amount of space.
Yeah, 400 parking spaces, so there should be plenty.
Now, Paul has a good question as well. Are tickets limited to Tech for Tech members? My wife is asking if she can come. That's Paul's wife, not mine.
Yeah, we don't mind husbands, wives, spouses, kids, whatever, as long as obviously they fit into the brackets we just spoke about. So if you want to bring your wife, yes, you can. We are limiting the evening tickets at the moment to 2 per person. Well, obviously for yourself and your partner or whoever it may be. Just so, because we are limited tickets on the evening. As we said, we expect those to run out pretty quickly. But yeah, if you want to bring your wife, that's absolutely fine. Obviously I don't know what your wife's like, but she could even come up. Sheffield's got lots of shopping areas. It's got Meadow Hall, where there is famous Meadow Hall and stuff like that. So she
might be a tech girl like me. Don't go there that all women love shopping.
I didn't.
You're going to dig yourself a hole, mate.
You're on your own in this one, mate. It's like.
And as I was trying to say, husbands as well, if you are a woman and you're bringing your husband, they're welcome to obviously go to the shopping malls as well. There's plenty of them around, and even Sheffield.
Yeah, Sheffield is famous for many things, you know. They could, I just can't think of anything off the top of my head, but, you know,
I know one or two vendors who've already said, can I bring my wife up and then basically go and let her go to wherever it is because she's not interested. Obviously, that goes the other way around as well. So, and that's why
you got out of that one.
Save, wasn't it, Cormac?
Now, the question I have, because this is my first one I'm attending, all right? And actually, now I'll have to talk to my own accountant about this, but ye have went to ones. Can people write off a trip like this as a tax thing? Because surely it's business. Can we write it off before we go to the Cayman Islands with our tax monies?
I would say in England and all of that, you should be able to. I don't know how it is in Ireland, though.
No, I think I wouldn't do it for a normal holiday because you're drawing the taxman on you. I don't want the taxman on me. Yeah. But this is actually a business thing. So I will check with my powers of B. Now, so that's just an incentive to people who might be on the fence. Go and check it out. You might be able to get this all back. It might actually pay you to go to this trip. You know?
Yeah, in a lot of
It will do in the
cases.
contacts you make. It will pay for itself.
Yeah, well, this is the way I look. Well, besides the fact, anyway, it's a very sociable thing. I'm dying to meet quite like this group is after becoming kind of I regard many people in this as friends now, and so that for that alone, also let's face facts. I'm a nerd. I want to go to this then, yeah, but as I've always said as well. With that brilliant thing that Tech for Techs offers, those things alone, but it's also money, because it's business. And I know for a fact, I'm going to bring people with me maybe as well, and that brings us to the next question as well, is that I'm going to this to meet people, to make money, to get better contacts. And, you know, when you meet people face to face, you'll be able to go, right, I want to buy, we'll say, 5,000, 10,000 pounds worth of stock or something. I know this person. This is Tech for Techs. This person won't do me bad because their reputation, it'll cost them too much money for their reputation to do badly. So for the very fact of it, that's where I'm going. I'm going to make money.
I find it easier to work with someone that I have met face to face.
Yeah,
and I'll say that like, all right, I've met Alison Cook face to face. That's one of the loveliest women you'll ever meet in the trade, and she is just ever so sweet and friendly. She's just lovely, and I was even more encouraged to work with her when I met her at Target Open Day because I saw how approachable she was and everything, and it just made me want to do business with her all the more. And there's a lot of people in the group like that. Jamie that was at Tinder was the same way. I saw him at a Target event, and he was very approachable. And it makes you want to work with people when you know them face to face.
Yeah, that's true. Most of the business acquaintances I've made over the years, which have helped start Tech for Techs even, they're all ones I've met at either something like an award ceremony or trade shows, which it's the trade show is not necessarily what you're going to see a lot of the time. It's who you're going to meet, and it's usually the people you meet what make you go further in life, not necessarily the nice new shiniest product. So you can learn a lot from other people, and you make acquaintances and business partners which will last you a lifetime. And even when these people do in the industry move from one company to another, they usually stay within the industry. They'll usually move from network vendor A over to network vendor B, and then on to a peripheral vendor or something like that. So you tend to keep in contact with them year and year, and that's happened with, for example, Hits, who was at Gigabyte, he's now at CMS Distribution. Ronnie, who was Cooler Master, if anyone knows him, he's now at Deep Cooler, and so forth. You tend to build these relationships, and that's what makes your businesses grow in most cases.
Right, now there's someone there went past the question, and I need to get it because it's a good question. And that person, Facebook user, it's right there in front of my eyes. Our ticket number is limited on a per business basis. We have a team of 5.
Right, basics is. Yeah, I'll take this one. Basics is the evening meal. We're basically trying to leave that to 2 people per business, basically. That way it makes it even for everyone to get a chance. So if you do want to go to the evening meal, we do recommend you send a maximum of 2 people from your business. That just gives everyone else a chance and more people to mix. But if you want to attend the day event, at the moment it is limited to 2 tickets because of the way the system is set up. But once the evening tickets have sold out, you will be able to purchase multiple, more than like 2, 5, 10 or whatever of the daytime tickets. But at the moment, if you just wanted daytime tickets, if you wanted to just go through and purchase it 2 or 3 times, that should be fine. There's going to be over 500 tickets available for that, so you should be absolutely fine as in availability, or at least for the next few weeks. But the evening, we are limiting it to 2, just basically to give everyone a chance. But those will be limited tickets, so I would suggest if you are interested in turning up, you get those as soon as we post the links in a few minutes.
And as we said before, if you buy the evening ticket for 2 of them, then you only need to purchase day tickets for the remainder.
Right. My other question there is that he brought up something there. You said, I think you said meeting Alison. I'm sure you got in touch with me sent a picture of one time you were it was late in the evening. I'm sure you were at Target. And I remember, someone asked me, I didn't know much about Target at the time. What's going to be different from this than the Target open day? And I noticed he didn't say Target, big players. Are you not getting Target, or why isn't Target at it? And what's different?
Target were invited, but they have declined at this time. And is it going to be different from Target Day? Yeah. It's going to be very different. Will it be better? I hope so. No one else that I know of has even gone out of their way to host it in a sports venue. So we got that for being different already. We are not aiming to outdo anyone. What we want to do is make it worth your time coming. Make it to where you enjoy the event and take away with more knowledge than you had coming into it. And say, at the end of the night, you'll say, you know what, that was the best time I ever booked off for going to a networking event. That's what I want you to say at the end of the night when you get done at TechMax, is to have that in your mindset.
Yeah, just to clarify on one thing on that with the Target, they didn't actually decline. They're not committing at this moment in time. Doesn't mean they're not coming. It just means they're not committed at the moment. So again, ignore the not coming bit, declining that they may come. It's just that they're not committed yet. As you probably heard, there's a lot going off there at the moment, and we will be having a show with them in next week, which we'll talk about later. But they may still be turning up, and it's the same with a lot of them. Again, we can't comment on a lot of people's names because a lot of them, let's put it this way, they will not pay until certain months before an event because it has to go through certain budgeting systems, yearly budget. So, and we've basically said to them, yeah, we'll reserve your seats, you're committing, but we're not mentioning your names until we get full payment and stuff for the event, because obviously otherwise we'll be doing free promotion then.
I would imagine with the day, it's a year away, or certain that length of time. I imagine people be traveling a lot more, as in open up. This could be one of the first big events that I'd say people are going to come in strong at this one, and that's back to where look, I'm not involved in this, but I actively encourage people to go, because the more people will go, the stronger we'll get, and more discounts we'll get. And on that subject, is this a one-off? Are we going to be seeing it? Depends how it goes.
Right, but basics to that one is obviously, us, we're never looking backwards, we're always looking forwards. So while obviously we've got a long way to go, we would like to obviously finish this event first and make sure everything works exactly as we planned and how we want it to. And that'll hopefully let us build on that and potentially do another show, potentially in another year. But again,
I may even have a feedback form at the show for you guys to fill in and give us feedback on where we did it right and wrong. That way we can take an inventory of it and see what we need to do better. So, like I said, hang on to your hats and everything. It's the first time we've ever planned one of these, but I guarantee you that you'll walk away and go, this for a first time event was pretty good.
Yeah.
I hope go on.
Sorry. Just go what Sharon just says. If you are watching this and you missed the beginning, usually on the live playback of whatever you're watching, you can basically rewind it to the beginning and rewatch it from the beginning. If not, basically we're talking about TechMax today, which is going to be on the 24th of June next year. That's 2022. We've got numerous vendors. We've been through a list. You will see some of them on the website, but again, until they're fully confirmed, we're only going to be listing a few on there. until they're fully confirmed. Sharon Richards is actually from Eurosoft, which is PC Check, so she will be attending, all being well. So she probably just likes the name being said over and over. But I hope you're doing all right, Sharon. Anyways, let's go back over to you, Cormac. Sorry about that.
No. I'd say what I would like now, because I say we've asked an awful lot of the questions. So I'm throwing it out open to the great public there. Throw up a couple more questions because we're running out of questions. What I'm after getting out of it is what you're after telling me. I didn't know it was going to be so big, and I didn't know it was going to be so exciting. I really thought there might be 40 odd people in the room. There seems to be a lot of people coming. I'm actually going to try to do a week or so, maybe over in England, and just chill out. And I may even drop into a couple of shops over there, and you can show me what they're doing. So throw some invites over to me. So seriously, it's a great opportunity. I think it's a fabulous opportunity to enhance the business. So right, is there any other question? Let me go. Because I've done a little list, so let me do the other questions there. We've done it. It's event open to everyone. We've done this. We've done that. Oh yeah, someone asked in the audience there, will there be prizes be given away?
Yes.
Go ahead, John.
Sorry. Yes, there will be. Basically, we're asking the vendors and distributors and all those that come along to bring gifts. And I don't mean just small gifts. I mean really decent gifts to promote their brand. And these will be given away as prizes at the end of the day, like a big lottery kind of thing.
Yeah, we're also asking all the vendors as well and distributors to bring plenty of point of sales material, potentially, depending on how much they want you, incentives for you to use them, whether it's discounts or trials or whatever it may be, even dummy products. Basically, it's time for these distributors and vendors to basically win you over. So they really need to pull their finger out. Is probably the best way to do it, and actually show you how much they want it.
What those vendors need, what is most important, those vendors need a man in Ireland, a company in Ireland that they can go through. If you don't think I'm going to plug myself there, there's a problem, folks. There's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's what, all jokes aside, that's what could the potential of going to Tech Max is. That's it. It's a place for us to sell ourselves. It sounds a bit weird, but sell ourselves, and that's what I'm getting out of it. Besides the very fact that, say, once that is all over and done with, I really want to get to know some of these people. These people act. There's times that I've been out on jobs where I put something up on Facebook, or this or that. I'm under pressure in a job. It's answered like this and that. There's people who will private message you and say, do you want any more help? We are all looking, and you're in a group where we're not really competing against, we're not in any way, and you want everyone's businesses to go more. It's just amazing sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of my questions mostly. So do you have anything you want to say to wrap it up?
I've been to a lot of trade shows where all we took away at the end of the day was plenty of Post-it notes and ink pens. And I intend to make Tech Max just the opposite. You're going to have plenty of Post-it notes and ink pens for sure, but you're going to come away saying, you know what? Wow, that was freaking awesome.
What you learn is the most valuable things, and who you meet and so forth is basically the main thing to me. I've had one or two vendors actually contact me. I can see my messages and emails popping up at the moment asking about how they can attend. If you are a vendor and distributor and you're not sure, you can actually email me. Let me put the information up on the screen. Okay, so just send me an email or message me after the show if you know my details, or give me a call. Tomorrow will probably be better than tonight, but if you really wanted to. So if you want to book a spot and show off your services or whatever, just email me at info@tech4text.co.uk and we can sort you out a table. Again, we are running short of those, to be honest with you. We are juggling around and managed to get a few more fitting in the room, but there's only a certain amount we can fit in there.
Straight out to Dean, he's asked a question here about off-putting people on limiting numbers. We had to limit the amount of people on the night because we only have a certain amount of space in the venue, so we've had to do that. We didn't want to, but we had to.
Yeah, we had to find a cut-off point at some point. For obviously the amount of space, we had a choice of having a really big evening meal and a small daytime, or having a really big daytime and a smaller evening meal. And the evening meal is going to be more a networking style evening meal. So obviously there's going to be free drinks and stuff there, but obviously we can't fit everyone in there. The daytime is going to be able to fit like 500 people in the event, potentially more. Obviously, the evening is going to be a lot less than that. So if you're wanting tickets, I do suggest you buy. Obviously, if they don't sell, which I have a feeling they will, we'll soon find out in a minute when I share the links. But I have a feeling they're going to sell out pretty fast. But we want to basically give everyone a chance. If we give like 10 people in one company a load of tickets, that's suddenly taking up a huge chunk of the potential seats, and other people are going to lose out. So it's best to send 2 people from your business, which for the evening meal, that obviously are good at bartering deals and making you connections and stuff, because not all techs are good at doing that. Don't get me wrong, there are local pubs, local restaurants all around the place. It's pretty much near enough the centre of Sheffield, so you're pretty much able to get like other things going if you had a lot of staff coming with you. But unfortunately, we can't let everyone come. Plus, obviously, if we had to pay for drinks for over 500 people and meals for over 500 people, we'd probably be bankrupt the next day, to be honest with you. As you can imagine, beer isn't cheap in the middle of a city. So,
Timothy has a question about seating. Basically, what we'll do is have a banquet style meal. I might eventually get a seating plan in order, but it will be just to get everybody in the room, in organization, and feel free to move around after that. If you've been to any of these events before, you know how you're on a table with one person, but after things get going, you can move around and everything, swap seats with others. So yeah, it'll be more like that.
Yeah, so that's true. We're going to say, again, there's a lot of things we've got to completely 100% finalise as we get closer to the date, because a lot of the things like the venue, they don't want to know where everyone wants to sit yet. So we've got to organise all that closer to the time. But if you go to a lot of venues and a lot of events, a lot of them are nowhere near even planned anything like we've done in this way far advance. So the reason we wanted to do it in advance is to get everyone interested, get all the vendors and distributors signed up. Right, before we go any further, people are asking about tickets. Where can they get them? I have just pressed submit on the website, so it should be live now. You've got 2 ways of accessing it. You can either go to techmax2022.co.uk. That'll take you straight there, or you can go, well, if I spelt tech for text right on there, it'd be good, wouldn't it? Let me edit that so you can actually right place.
And Richard, I agree that the person that you send should be somebody that's either got the qualifications to know what to buy or the checkbook to buy it with. So yeah, I agree with that.
Tech for text. Here we go. Right. Hopefully I've got it right. 3rd time lucky now. Okay. So yeah, if you want to go and get tickets, it's www.techmax2020.co.uk. So that's techmax2022.co.uk, or you can go to our normal website, techfortext.co.uk. There's a link at the top, or you can just type in /techmax. I'll just take you to the website now so you can actually see it. So let me get it on screen. Here we go. I'm going to have to get rid of the chat, guys, just for a few seconds. so everyone can see. So there's a website. As you can see, you've got a countdown timer at the top, tells you who's sponsoring us. So we've got Aerocool in association with CMS Distribution. You've got information of why you should be attending on there. Feel free. It tells you why it's only £1 and everything like that as well. You can click register now, or you can press book now. If you go on to book now, it will then give you the option of buying the tickets and so forth. You've also got about the venue as well, tells you all about the venue, everything like shops, convenience stores, parking, trains, taxis, airports even, all on there. The exhibition itself tells you who's actually signed up and so forth at the moment, and 100%. But again, this list is limited at the moment until we get completely everything finalised. We've also got information about the sponsors on there as well, which will be on there. And then you've got hotel information as well. And it tells you basically what's where and so forth. And we'll be adding to this as time goes by as well. But you can
basically, when we built the website, I thought about, if I was going to be traveling somewhere, what kind of things would I ask about? Hotels, taxis, and things like that. And the more things I can come up with that I would have a question about, or a hotel that I can put on there when it's done, and maybe some discounts, I'll make sure that they get on there for you.
That's it. And as you can see on there, it tells you exactly everything on there. You can book your tickets. You can say how many you want. Obviously, if you go into the evening, you don't need to buy the day ticket because the evening ticket includes a day ticket. Okay, so it gives you a rough idea. And then just go to the checkout, tells you all the locations, everything there. It'll ask you for, obviously, any information about allergies and different food likes and dislikes and all your different bits and stuff like that. So if you're, I don't know, got peanut allergies or whatever, make sure you note it down, and we'll make sure we get your food sorted for you and stuff like that. So let me get that caption off of the screen. Or let's put us back on normal.
And if you're a vegetarian or a vegan or something like that, or halal, kosher, whatever you might be, there is, I think there's a little radio button that you can click on for your meals to order in advance, because we will have to order your meals in advance. Otherwise, you'll be stuck with the standard stuff.
Yeah. I've just had one message say, coming through a messenger, can I buy tickets at the door? The answer to that is basically no, because they'll more than likely be sold out before the actual day. So we can't obviously sort your food out or anything like that. So it's going to be pre-book only. But that allows us to figure out who wants food and so forth.
Right. And please, if you will, bring your tickets with you. That will help us out when we go to check you in at the door. If you bring those tickets in, we're going to have people on the door checking you in. And Phil and I, as you know, can imagine and appreciate, we'll be all over the place working and everything, and we can't stop and say, oh yeah, this one, I know this one, to be pulled away 100 times a day for the receptionist that's going to be checking you in, and she won't know any of you. I think we've got 2 staff on hire just for that. Plus we've got your security. So bring your tickets so there won't be any mishaps and everything.
Yeah, so everything can be confirmed. And also recommend you bring plenty of business cards as well. There'll be a lot of competitions which will probably ask you to put business cards into a box or something to win. So we do recommend that.
One of the ladies at the venue said to suggest to you, if you have a water bottle or a sports bottle that you take with you to the gym, to bring that with you. And we have plenty of like water stations and all of that. But the glasses at the bar, she didn't know how many there would be, to pass out for water and stuff. She said, if you're buying off the bar, well, then that's not a problem. But, people that are wanting to put water on their stations, they could run out of glasses. So if you'll just bring yourself a water bottle, if you're going to have a stand or you want to move around and have some water to drink on the day, and I do encourage that you do, bring yourself a water bottle.
Yeah. We'll have more shows closer to the time and so forth, obviously, for people to update you about the vendors list and everything like that. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for tonight. Do you have any other questions to ask us, Cormac?
No, we covered everything. Looking forward to it. What can possibly go wrong? No, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. No, brilliant. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, let's finish it off there. But before we go, if anyone's interested in a show next week, we have got an interesting show. We have got this guy here on the show. It is actually Paul Cubbage from Target Components, talking about how Target's basically now employed, or the owners are the employees, and the future of Target. So if you want to know more about Target and so forth, let me just get rid of that message at the bottom because you can't see all of it. That is live next Thursday at 2 p.m. Not 8 p.m. It's a different time than normal, obviously, to fit in with Target's working times. It's going to be at 2 p.m. So that's on Thursday at 2 p.m. So if you want to know what's going off at Target, how all the employers actually own the business, what's happening to Paul, you even want to know what's going to happen in the next year or two over Target, feel free to tune in, ask questions. He's here, he's live, and he'll be happy to answer your questions. Otherwise,
I was going to say Paul is a really super guy when it comes to an interview. You can't throw him. I've never known one person that could throw him. So throw him any kind of crazy question, and he'll have an answer for you.
That's it. Otherwise, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week, and I'll leave you with our little mini video for Tech Max at the end. Good night, everyone.